Right, so we're in Norm's backyard, which I guess is Australia. Norm must be Australian, and he's off the track. He is off the track, yeah, okay, good stuff. So finishing ahead of Norm is going to be no problem. We'll get him just as we start the lap. And now it's just a case of, just putting in the distance. I like this track as well, the Bathurst circuit. Really cool. I like watching the Bathurst race as well. It's a bit tricky. I have to watch highlights because it's on, in Australia. It's great, but where I live, it's kind of early morning sort of time. I can usually wake up, and if I wake up early enough in the morning at 5 a.m. or so, then I can watch it, catch the end of it, kind of thing. It'll be on. So again, this is not too difficult. Just drive fast. Not much more you can say there. I struggle through this little section, this tricky section, to go fast through there. But yeah, I didn't have too much trouble putting the distance here on Norm. What can be tricky though is that this long straight, when you're doing one of these sort of distance type of requirements, down this long straight, then you're into 3 slow corners. So you're going to hit the brakes for this one. This one you can accelerate through this one, but Norm is catching you up while you're doing that because he's on that long straight while you're on the brakes for the corners. So it can be a little bit tricky. It can catch you out. So yeah, just be aware of that. You need more than that distance, than the distance required. Okay, so again, we've got 1 minute 58, and we're going to just breeze straight past Norm before the race even starts. We're going to breeze straight past Norm, and we're going to hit speed 2 times, and that's really easy because there's 2 nice long straights. And we've got 1 minute and 58 seconds to do. It's not exactly the lap, but because the timer started there at the beginning, just before we overtook Norm, so probably about 1 minute 54, so it's not too much difference. I got in deep there, so I just bounced it off the wall. It's one way of like just sort of keeping your speed up. I was thinking about just wall riding here, but I figured 1 minute 58, that shouldn't be too much of a problem in this car. So I just kept it going, pushing a bit too hard. And through here gets tricky. I was just lifting a little bit, and especially through this one, because you end up in the kitty litter there quite easy. So I was just lifting through those ones, sort of loses grip and can slide out quite easy. There I did a... Who did that in the F1 race in Miami? Just clipped the inside of the chicane. Somebody did that. Knocked the back wheel. Right, so there we've, on the back straight here, we've hit speed again pretty easy. And then it was just, can't take any of can't skip that slow corners because there's no off track. So, yeah, got to keep it neat and tidy. But, yeah, don't slide more. And, yeah, we did it. About a second to spare. So, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty easy one. And good old Norm is talking to us again. Alright, so we can't skid. We don't want to go off track. And it says we're going to have an optimized cars. So they're optimized for speed. So the car's going to go faster here, but there's something wrong. We've got brake fade, I'm guessing. That's what the little 80% there is, because when you use the brakes that goes down, when you're not using the brakes it goes up. And Norm's car is quicker than ours, you can see on the straight. That's a racing car. He's accelerating away from us, but don't worry, Norm's very slow. So it is easy to catch up. Easy. So catch up to Norm and we'll get through him, but there's other things going wrong with this car. Not just the brakes. I think you can hear it in the sound. It sounds like the gearbox is wonky, and you can feel it in the steering. It's like the steering, sometimes the car just like starts going to the left and starts going off to the right. And so I don't know, this event was a bit weird. Because at this point I was thinking, it was pretty easy. Because I'll overtake Norm quite easily. I mean, I could overtake him right here if I wanted to. I was thinking maybe about the hairpin. I'll get him through here and see if I can get him to push me on the straight. And just dealing with brake fade, that's not too much of a dilemma. I mean, just brake earlier and you'll be fine. But on the second lap, we're on lap 3 or 4 here, but on the fourth lap it would be then. This car's like falling to pieces. I don't know if that's a trait of real Aston Martins, that they just start to fall to pieces. I know the TVRs were like that. The TVRs were described as a kit car, except that you get the car already built, and then as time goes by it disassembles itself into like pieces. But I don't know if that's Aston Martin as well. But with this car in this race, that certainly seemed like that's what was happening. You can see it's like just the steering is just moving by itself, and the car is like drifting all over the place. Very difficult to put the car where you want it. The brake fade is just insane. You know, I'm in the red here. I just popped 10%. So yeah, it was a bit weird to do this event with the car handling like this and the brake fade without skidding. It was a bit tricky. That's why I think they gave you 4 seconds. You've also got 2 seconds of off track, which I was keeping in the back of my mind. So I was thinking at the end there, I might just skip that, cut the last corner or cut one of the corners at the end there, if Norm is bothering me a bit too much. But what you can also do is, in this track, you can bash the car off the wall and keep it going. Pretty easily. Yeah, look at this, round the hairpin with 0 brakes. I was nicely in front of Norm here. I got good drive out of that hairpin, and you can see I'm accelerating, pulling the distance. Then only here does he start, in the dip, does he start catching me. So I wasn't too bothered, but I've got to hit the brakes really early. On the brakes, hard and early. Got 0% brakes, and Norm bashed me from behind. You mean old bastard, you. Come on, Norm. That ain't right, mate. And there you go. So driving like a bit of a numpty at the end there, but yeah, managed to get the event done. So yeah, that's what I say. It was a bit of a weird race, but it's because it says with optimized cars. That car was not optimized. Optimized to fall to pieces, maybe. Yeah. I don't know, but it was fun. It was a good challenge. So now we have to average speed 205 point something, so I just aim for 206. And Norm, again, he's out in front of us in a faster car, at least faster on the straights. But Norm, being Norm, he drives slowly. He's an old timer now. Later on we'll see, he's like, I haven't won a race in so long. Oh, shame, poor Norm. So average speed, I'm weaving on the track there just to make the track longer, just to try and get that average speed up. So just popped average speed. Just I think it was 202, not 205. But whatever. We're just aiming for light up the numbers. That's what we're looking for. It's about 203. So through this section, just try and keep it quick. Don't slide off the track in this corner, and especially not this one. Here's the old F1 car. This is where Norm's driving his old F1 car. I bumped him there just because I didn't want him chasing me too closely through here. So I didn't. You have to go in hard, and he hits you from behind and bashes you into the wall, and all sorts of things can go wrong. So I just tapped him just to back him off. And then down the straight again. Just get good drive, go down the straight, and see if you can hit the average speed. So again, I'm just weaving it a bit just to try and get it up. We've got the average speed up there, and as soon as you get the average speed, you're on the brakes. But we're not going to lose our average speed, I don't think. Around the last corner. No, we don't lose our average speed. We just about got it. And yeah, you've got to use that section of track, the back straight, the main straight, and this straight. Really, you see now we are below. So you need to really build up your average speed here, because you are gonna lose some through the mountain. It's those tricky corners. You slow down for those, you're gonna lose your average speed. So, but we can make it up. Again, on the long back straight, we'll make it up. So just the trick through here is just try and keep it fast, and just try and keep that average speed as high as you possibly can. So you can see I'm watching my speedometer, not the average speed one, my real one, and just trying to keep that up above the sort of 203 average speed, because then I know if I might not be building up average speed, but I'm going up. I'm not going down. I'm just building it up slowly. So we dip down to 198. That hurts. But we're only 5 kilometers an hour off. So down the back straight. Again, just weave it around, because we do, again, with this track, have some slow corners coming up. So it's important to keep that average speed higher than what you need. See, I'm on 205 here. Try and take these corners as quickly as possible. This one's flat out as you're accelerating through there. And then, yeah, 205. We should make this quite easy. Yeah, easy peasy. Did that by about 1 kilometer per hour. So, cool. Thanks, Norm, for having us in your backyard. That is stage 4 complete, and more massive rewards of no gold. I'm not even really making inroads on my 25,000 M dollars. Yeah, you wish it was 250,000. Okay, last stage. It was a weekend at Norm's, but it was only 1 day. Oh no, wait, this is day 2 now, I'm guessing. But we're not in. Are we still in Australia? I don't remember. I don't think so. This looks like Red Bull Ring to me. In the background picture there, that looks like turn 1 at Red Bull. I think that's what it was. I don't remember. Okay, so we got an elimination race, and I don't know. Norm did something to your car. Oh no, this is the Porsche Test Track long circuit. Okay, cool. So Norm did something to your car. So all those mean things you were doing earlier, like running people off the road and stuff like that, and overheating other people's cars, Norm's done something to your car now, and you're overheating. So now you got to win this elimination and manage the overheating, which is not difficult at all. So again, the Porsche Test Track, the long version, has these 2 hairpins with nice long straights, so you get a nice speed, and you have to brake nice and early. And I will just go underneath as well. It's Chip Ganassi. I don't think he's called Chip Ganassi in this game. I think he's Chip McGee in this game. I was calling him Chip Ganassi, crew chief. Yeah, team owner. Yeah, watch far too much racing. And here's our good old friend Norm. Norm. Where's Ted and Fraser? So Norm's not a problem, and it's Zoe in the lead. Zoe is slow through these corners. She'll be slow in the turn 1 section as well. She's about as quick. You can see, yeah, she's about as quick as we are on the straights. Don't know. I can't remember what upgrades I've got. I think I've got it all level 3 by now. What I was doing is, as soon as I fell below the recommended PR, you have to upgrade your car. That's when I upgraded it. But when I upgraded it, I upgraded to all level 1 when I had to, and then the next time I had to upgrade, I just took it straight up to level 3. Also because, like I say, this one, I was Sunday morning around here was pretty hectic. I don't know why, for some reason or other. Everything was just going on, and so yeah, I was pausing a lot in between the races and checking things out, and yeah, wasted a lot of time. So I just got that last round of $8 upgrades on. Otherwise, I'd have to sit and watch ads. I didn't really want to do that, so I just got them on as soon as I could. There you go. I slowed down towards the end of the race just to make sure you don't overheat, and yeah, pretty simple. That was a really pretty easy race for the first one in the last stage, and it kind of made me think like, oh no, this is going to be pretty simple, pretty easy. But there was one tricky race here. So here we got to get Magnus to win with no damage. So try not to bash into Magnus, and yeah, we got to push him. We got to draft him. So, and now we are at Red Bull Ring. So now we do the track we're on is matching the picture. You see, Magnus, don't go so slowly. Yeah, so we bash into Magnus at turn 1. Adjust your braking points, move them back a little bit, because Magnus is a bit slower through the corners than we are. Plus, we're drafting him, and see, I keep getting, just at the last minute, getting pulled into him. And what's also tricky is to be fast on the exit of the corner with Magnus in your way, because you don't want him to pull away from you, because then you won't get in the draft. So it's yeah, it can be a bit tricky. Rather go slow in, fast out as usual, but just a bit slower in. See, there I'm way too fast in, but Magnus was in my way, so he's way slower than what I expected. So maybe that's the bot management I did earlier. It's actually coming back to haunt me. Really, honestly, looking back, I don't think you needed any bot management in this. So there we go. We've done our drafting. So I figured, okay, that's cool. We can drop back from Magnus a bit. Just keep. He needs to win. We need to finish second. So all we need to do is keep Zoe at bay here. And she's all over the back here. She's getting feisty behind us there. Now she's pushing us. And there you go. Goal complete. So we're well on our way. Yes, Magnus, it's nice to win. And this, I think, is where... Okay, now we've changed tires because Magnus said something about them. So now we're just going to run him off the road. God. This was interesting because I didn't run Magnus off the road. So we got to warm up our tires first. So we start with no grip. So yeah, we're going to slip aside. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh, try and correct it, and you slide all over the place. Magnus, he's checking out in the distance. Even Zoe got past me here because Zoe pushed me. But look at my, we've got a bash Magnus, and it says 0 of 1. So I haven't done it yet. Down at the bottom, underneath the 29% there, I haven't bashed anybody yet. There I bashed Zoe, just tapped her a little bit, just sort of under braking even, and that one. It says now I've done that goal. So that was that, but that wasn't Magnus. That was Zoe. And the goal said specifically bash Magnus. So okay, well, all right then. I took no chance. I did bash Magnus off the track later on just to make sure, because I didn't want to then go, okay, well I've done it when I knew I hadn't done the goal, so I just did it in case. I didn't feel like doing the race over again. Also because now my service had run out, so now I'd have to sit for 3 hours or watch ads to get the car out of service. So I didn't really feel like doing the event over again, so I just bumped Magnus off the track. And you'll see that coming up. Now at least we've got the car up to, once you get it to about 75% with these, the tire deg things, the 75% is, the car starts feeling okay again. So now we can really push and try and catch and bash Magnus. I don't know why we have to bash him. We could just overtake him. So I had to find a nice spot to do it, and I figured here would be good. Just there you go, Mr. Magnus. Thank you, bye-bye. And yeah, a pretty simple event. Once you got those, it's a bit tricky in the beginning with no grip, but once you got the tires warmed up, like I said, it's just to 75%, and it'll be, car becomes like almost normal again to drive. And now we're at 100, and I'm pulling Magnus in. Again, this was me still thinking this was going to get probably really difficult in the last couple of races. So I was pulling Magnus in just bot management. You see across I'm pulling him in closer, Merlin. There you go. Yeah, an easy one. And then I think this is the next one. Is this the tricky one? This one is really tricky. Yeah, you see, Norm's complaining that it's been a long time since he won a race, and he's a legend, so we have to make sure he wins. We have to finish second. And Norm, he's third here. So what you have to do is bring out your inner 2015 Marc Marquez and make sure Jorge Lorenzo wins. Norm. Make sure Norm wins. So just bash people, and it says do so at any cost. So Eric's coming through here, so just get rid of him. And then it's our good buddy Magnus. Just make sure you don't piss him off when you push him off the track there. Make sure he doesn't get pissed off with you and kick you off your bike. I'll run you off the track in your car. So I'm thinking of real life events getting confused here with real life in the game. But there we go. I've managed to get Norm into the lead. So now it becomes just keep the other guys behind. And again, Norm is really slow. Even Eric overtook him. So I was giving Norm trying to give Norm a big lead. And Natalia came past me. I don't have to bash you off the track. You know, I just go past her on the inside, yeah. And run it wide. And she comes back past. And I'm being beaten by a girl who's not even a driver. What is she? She's the agent. Give us some double fame there while you're at it. Get out the way. Try and finish second, yeah. There we go. Just jumped the chicane a bit there. It didn't say anything that said at all costs. So we can go off track, we can damage. And I thought that was pretty interesting that you can do that it's the second last event. So, yeah, well. But I did have to give this a couple of goes. I won't lie, because it's tricky to bash those guys off the track. And then the other guys are coming through, and you've got to bash them off the track and get Norm to win. It's difficult. It's a bit difficult. You had to give it a few goes. So, but there we go. Eventually we got there. Stage complete. And Norm feels good about himself. Well, you shouldn't, because you suck. You only won because I bashed everyone off the track. Don't worry, we say the same thing about Lorenzo in his third world championship. You shouldn't feel good about it. Okay, last one. We've got 2 minutes. We're not even doing the full track here. This is the full Le Mans circuit. We still have the picture of the Red Bull Ring in the background, but we're doing the full Le Mans circuit. But that's too far, and I guess because Norm's Obali, so I guess that's going to be too long for him. So we're just going to do 2 minutes. Not difficult at all. So yeah, there weren't too many very challenging events. There were here and there. It was okay, you know. But otherwise, this was a pretty simple and easy car to win. Let's see Norm here again. Very slow in the corners. Look how much we catch him up. So I think we'll Tetra Rouge. We'll stick it on the inside here. Tetra Rouge onto the Mulsanne straight, and off we go. And yeah, just not too difficult at all. I think this one is no damage and no off track though, so just bear that in mind. But honestly, Circuit de la Sarthe is not a tough track to keep it on. The Porsche curves in the end there can be a bit tricky, but yeah, I was even, I'm slowing down a lot. You can see I'm pulling Norm in. I was slowing down a lot just to make sure I don't go off the track and do anything silly and have to restart, because my instant service had expired. So yeah, but yeah, that's a pretty easy event, and a very pretty car, I must say. I really like the look of this thing. Where we now? 20 seconds to go, and yeah, we're pulling away from Norm. So by the end of this second half of this Mulsanne straight, we'll be done. Yeah, some of these events have been a bit difficult. That Pininfarina Battista, the first one was tough. The Ferrari Daytona was really tough, and this was a really easy one. And hey, we got some gold. We got another 15 gold. So what's that, like 30, 40 gold in total that we got? So maybe minus that from the 350 or so that you have to spend to get the car. But there we go. We've got a level 3 upgraded Aston Martin V12 Speedster. And Norm says that the car is the champ. You suck. It was all the car. You have nothing to do with it. It was all the car. The Speedster is the real champion. If you didn't have that car, you'd be rubbish. Okay, thanks, Norm. Jeez, I'll let you win. There it is. It's a nice looking car. Really cool looking thing. Really cool. I like it. Alright guys, that's this one. This was a fun event. I recommend you do it. It's fun, it's easy, you get a free car. It's really cool car to have and to drive, and unfortunately there's not a lot of races for it in the game. But yeah, it's still fun to do. Alright, and until the next one guys, have a good time all the time, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers for now.